We'd like to welcome everyone today to our Csűrdöngölő practice, where we'll be dancing the dances of Mezőkölpényi. I'm Adria Cook. This is my husband, Tonchi Ács, and he will be explaining a little bit more about the dance to you today.
So the dances we're going to be doing are from Transylvania, an ethnic Hungarian region in present-day Romania, in the Szekler land, Székelyföld, as they say in Hungarian. And there's many people, many villages with many different types of dances or versions of the dance. The dance from the village of Mezőkölpényi will start off with Csárdás, which is the basic dance which is all over the Hungarian-speaking world, with Korcsos, which is a slightly more upbeat dance, and a Cigánycsárdás, which is a very, very fast type of csárdás. Today we're only going to be doing the Csárdás, the first dance. And we'll do a brief demonstration and then we'll start doing the teaching session. So I'll put on some music and we'll start. That was a Csárdás, basically. I also wanted to mention that the dance group, Csűrdöngölő, is practicing in the outdoors. Because of COVID, we don't have rehearsals inside. So we're under this tent in case of rain and hot sun. And as you can see, every pair has their own little dance area, so we don't break up the grass. And also the partners are the same partners for the whole practice and for every practice, so we don't mix. There's no partner change. So, all right, I want to invite the group back in, and then we'll start with the teaching. So we'll start with the Csárdás, and everybody be on the left-hand corner of your board. And the Csárdás, we'll show it for now. We're going to do it with open hands. Usually we would do it closed hands, with the boys' hands on the shoulder blade and the girls' hands on top of the shoulders. What's important to note is that a Csárdás is usually 4 beats, 4 steps. And here we only step for 3 out of the 4 steps. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 4 beat, but we only step 3. And we pause on the 3rd one. So let's all try it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, pause. Alright, again. When we step, guys step with the right foot first, girls with the left foot. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, pause. And the same thing with the left leg. So guys always start with the right, girls always start with the left. And then it's basically 3 to the right, 3 to the left. Most Csárdás, as I said earlier, is 4 steps. This one is just 3. So we'll do 3 to the right, 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Other things to note stylistically is that there is a bounce to the dance. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's almost like you're jogging a little bit. 1, 2, stop. 1, 2, stop. And also with the hand, which we're going to practice more. As the boy steps forward, the man steps forward with his right foot. He pulls the girl's shoulder in a little bit and pushes it out with the other hand. So he pulls in with the right, pushes with the left a little bit. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3. And to the left, it's the opposite. I step with my left, but I push out with my right. 1, 2, 3. We'll show that from the other direction. So I step with my right, push with my left. 1, 2, 3. And the other left foot, I step with my left, push with my right. 1, 2, 3. All right, so simply it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, tovább. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you move around with this step. So it's not in place. And you could even change direction. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? It's very, very important that you make the steps small and that you keep the rhythm and that you pause. So that back foot, 1, 2, 3, stays there in the back. 1, 2, 3. So you don't tap it, you don't lift it. Common mistake is, I'm going to go to this side. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. So we don't do that, nor do we do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we don't close it at all. It's a pure pause. Anything you want to add? I apologize as well. I have a cold. It's not COVID, just purely a head cold. So no need to worry. Próbáljuk zenére, jó? Csak a csárdás. So another thing that's possible to do is you just do single steps. So you just step, 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 step. And here there is a little bit of a twisting motion, but not as pronounced as when we do the double csárdash. And from here you can do the double, and you can go back to the single. Simple. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Another thing stylistically I'd like to point out is when you stop on the third step, 1, 2, 3, you do lean forward, the boy, the man, and the woman leans backward a little bit. So it's not stiff and straight, it's not like this, but instead you continue the motion forward a little bit towards that side, and we'll explain what that is with the what's kocintash?
We'll call it kocintash.
We'll call it kocintash. It's basically clinking step, I guess, when you clink the glasses to the pair come together. We'll call it kocintash, so you understand.
One thing I do want to say about the girls is that there should be no real hip movements in all sorts of Hungarian folk dance. It's a very straight type of dance. There's very little of the moves that you would see in salsa or other types of dances. So when we're doing the csárdash, make sure.
Very stiff.
So there shouldn't be a lot of hip. It should be very, very straight.
Okay. So we'll show it one more time, everybody, just the csárdash, and then we'll start teaching the turning steps. great. So now we get to do our first figure after the Csárdas. It's the turning step. And we have to initiate the turning step with 2 kocsint. So it's basically shifting my weight, or both of us shifting our weights to the outside. And you do it on the same side after finishing for the boys right Csárdas and for the girls a left Csárdas. So we'll show you a Csárdas, 1, 2, 3, and then I put my weight out. So it's on the same foot that I initiated the Csárdas with. So it's with the right foot. So I go right, left, right, right. So I balance the weight between my left and right foots so that I can go out. And I go out twice, and my foot always returns back to my left foot. My left foot doesn't move. So if I do it with open hands here, so it's Csárdas, 1, 2, 3, 1, back, 1, back. All right, and then we both have our feet side by side so that we can start the turn step. So
for the girl, it's a more of a closed step when we do this kocintas step,
bounce.
And it's bounced and it's a little bit on an angle. So we turn our bodies a little towards the boy's left shoulder, my left shoulder to the man's left shoulder.
Shoulder in the other direction. All right, so we just did more for effect, but it's really two times that we go out. So we'll do 3 Csárdas, and then we'll start the turn step, and then we'll break it down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we break it down now with open hands. After I did the step outs, the 2 step outs, 1, back, 1. When I say back, I mean my right foot came back to my left foot. And it's a downbeat turn. You have upbeat turns and you have downbeat turns. Those are the only 2 that I know. There may be some others, but I just know upbeat and downbeat. And in Hungarian dance, what this typically means is that the turn is on the inside foot, and on the beat, it's down. That's why it's called a downbeat. As opposed to an upbeat, which is usually on the outside foot, and you go up, 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 up on the beat. But this particular dance, in this particular region, in general, it is a downbeat. In this village, it is a downbeat partner turns. So after doing the 2 step outs, 1, our feet come together, and that's the inside foot for both of us, which happens to be the right foot. So we're not only are we right-footed going in, but we're also right-shouldered, if you will. So that's what I'll be referring to, right shoulder to right shoulder. So then we go in, 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 in. And for beginners, all you have to know is that the inside foot stays on the inside, and the outside foot doesn't cross. It stays relatively outside, out, out, out. So we're not running. You know, we're not crossing like this. We're not walking. So the right foot stays on the inside, and the left foot supports it, and then it's on the downbeat. All right. So we show the whole step. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How do we hold each other? From the Csárdas, it doesn't change that much. After we do the 2 step outs, close. My right hand is already on the girl's shoulder blade, and her hand is already up here on my shoulder. You want to explain this?
So the other hand actually drops down into a comfortable position with the man's arm underneath the underarm region and holding the forearm from the back.
And because it's a downbeat dance,
With the upper arm from
downbeat
the back.
partner turns, there isn't any outward centripetal force. It's really on the inside. So we could almost be not even barely touching each other. Right? So the girl's not going to go flying away. So it's not a very, very strongly held dance. It's really, really loose. And generally speaking, it's the guy holds the girl's weight over here on the shoulder blade. All right? So her hand here is relatively loose. Her hand here is loose too, to a certain extent, just to make sure that she has the correct position. Also, we don't want to be too close. So we don't want the hips to be too close to the shoulders, nor do we want to be too far away. So we're straight, but just about enough space here between our shoulders. And when we go in the other direction, it's the same thing. So we want to be able to look into our partner's face. There are some dances that are actually like this where you can't see your partner's face. So just keep it almost, what is that, a rhombus? So like a square, it's been turned a little bit diagonally. All right, so we're gonna do the, everybody else too? We're gonna do,
Finish this.
oh, it's finished, all right, so we'll take a break now.